Hello my friends and welcome back to another writing vlog. In today's video, we are starting NaNoWriMo in April. So I am super excited for this little series that we're gonna start. I was talking to my husband a couple days ago and he was like, if we're moving and the baby's coming and all of these things and you still really want to get your rough draft done of Project Engaged, which is the novel that I'm currently working on, then he was like, then I think that you really need to dedicate some time and some energy and like set a goal, a more realistic goal than just by the time the baby's born. So we were talking about NaNoWriMo and that idea, and I know it's normally in November, but we were talking about doing it this month in April. So it is April 1st and it is 9 a.m. and in our apartment complex there's a clubhouse or like a study building that you're allowed to study in. So I think I'm gonna go down there and write, and they open up at 9. So I think every day this week I'm just gonna, at 9 a.m. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna write. And so my goal is to write 45,000 words this month. I'm probably, I don't know how far into Project Engage I am this far. I do want to crunch some numbers and see where we're at and see where we need to go, but I estimated if I want to write 45,000 words, then I need to average 1,300 words a day, give or take. So I think that is going to be our goal. I average like 800 words per every 2 hours, so I was thinking if I sit down there for roughly 2 hours every morning and get a good chunk of writing done and then kind of see where I'm at, either pause and come back up here and take a break and then write again later in the day, or just keep going. I really don't want to get into a writing slump. I really don't want to get burnt out, so I'm trying to think of like creative things to do that will just keep me going. But I wanted to bring you guys along because this is really exciting and I'm really excited, and it should be really good. Just writing and yeah, not putting too much pressure on it because we are in the very first like 0 rough draft. So I really want to just log in and just write and not worry too much about sentence structure and perfection and everything else. I just want to sit down and write the words that need to get done on the page, that way we can edit it later. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm just gonna grab my stuff and we're gonna head down there and see how much writing we do. I've been a little bit distracted, I'm not gonna lie. I was crunching numbers and doing things. I wanted to figure out exactly how many words I've written thus far, and I calculated in this notebook there are 157 pages and each page is roughly 100 words. So if you do the math and you multiply it, that means that there's 15,000 words in this notebook, which I was shocked when I did that math and realized that. But also like very pleasantly surprised. So my goal for this rough draft is to be roughly 50,000 words. So if that notebook is 15,000 words, then if we subtract that from 50,000 words, then that means that we need, okay, so the exact numbers. This notebook is at 15,700 words, approximately. And then this notebook so far, which I have started, is at 875 words. So that means in total, we are going to need 33,425 words. So that is our goal for the month of April, is to write that many words. And so if I divide that by 30, because there's 30 days in April, then that means that I need to write 1,114 words a day. So that's great. On average, it's like 9-ish pages. So I counted out, hold on, let me show you. Okay, don't read that, but there we go. Don't read this, but I counted out 9 pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oopsies. Wait, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is page 9. So really this should be on this page. And then this is my stopping point. So we need to fill in these pages with words, which is definitely a lot, but I think we can do it. I have confidence, kind of. So I think I'm gonna turn on some type of writing sprints and then write with that, with breaks, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty guys, 3 hours later, did eat lunch. So it's more like 4.5, but 3 hours later, since I wrote, well, it took me 3 hours. I wrote 9 pages in my book. Working on Project Engaged. I figured out the math like intensely, which I think I told you. But moral of that story was I need to write 1,114 words a day. And I averaged that out. Roughly per page is like 125. So I was like, if I can just kind of go by pages, then that would be the best. So I do want to count just to see like the exact word count, just because I feel like that is interesting to me. So I'm gonna count my words, which is gonna take a minute because it's literally 9 pages of words to count. But I'm gonna count and then we will see how many words I actually wrote. But I cannot believe that I actually wrote that many words. And like, I feel so accomplished. Like I came up, I ate, I'm not gonna lie, I did scroll YouTube shorts a little bit, and then like I have things to clean, but like I feel like mentally productive and like awake, and like I did something really hard, but like I survived, and I'm kind of excited for tomorrow, which is good because I was a little bit scared that after today I was gonna be like, there's no way I can do this tomorrow. But I feel like I still have like the rest of the day to like do what I need to do and like hang out and like whatever else. I know probably every day isn't gonna be 3 hours. It might be longer, it might be shorter. I'm sorry, I don't know what the lighting is doing, but I feel like I still have like time to do stuff. So I'm gonna count and see where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 61, 62, 23, 24, 25. Literally 125 on this page. Okay, I just counted it all up and I wrote 1,179 words today. So I also made this cute little tracker that's literally just on lined paper. So yes, I have this. I also made a like reward system that I'm gonna talk to Dylan about. So at 10K, I can go get some new pens from the dollar store because I've been using this one. It's technically a fine liner. I've showed it before, but I feel like one of the things that's tricky about writing by hand is that my wrist will get tired if I'm writing for too long. So we got this one from, it's the Joubert brand, Sarah Voss fine liner in blue, and we got this one from the dollar store and I really like it. I also have an orange one of it, so I want to get a couple more, probably a black and a purple and maybe a couple other ones even still, but that's my reward when I hit 10,000 words, which will probably be next week honestly, which is crazy to think about. At 25,000 words, I'm gonna need a new notebook because I counted it up, and this notebook probably is only gonna hold 24,000 words. So the 25,000 word mark or like whenever I'm like done with this notebook, is when I can get a new one. At 30,000 words, I'm gonna get a new coloring book. And then at 33,000 words, I can buy a new book, which I think I am gonna get Fearless by Lauren Roberts, because I want that book so badly. So, but I have to wait until the end of this challenge to get it. So I'm super excited with where we're at. I would say it was a very, very successful first day. I'm gonna try and keep myself motivated today and filling myself creatively. I've been trying to think of like creative things to do that I can do in the afternoon that's like not writing related, but it's like soaking in. So like reading is something I really want to focus on, and listening to music and painting. And I have a handful of writing podcasts that I really want to listen to that I think will also stimulate my brain. But I'm just looking for ways to like really, I don't know, focus and like creatively fill myself in the afternoons. So I also want to make some type of like word counter that I can fill in every 1,000 words, which is really just like almost an everyday check off, which I didn't realize, but that'll be fine. It'll be nice to do. So, but I really do want to make that one look cute. So I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but yeah, we're looking pretty good. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we are here for day 2 of NaNoWriMo. We're on day 2 of NaNoWriMo April. It's April 2nd, and I just did my first little writing session. I did a 30-minute sprint with Sincerely V. It's so funny because NaNoWriMo is technically in November. I've been looking up like NaNoWriMo things just to get me in the mindset, but it's so funny because they keep talking about how it's like fall and nice outside, and like the weather's starting to get cold, and like they're all super cozy, and then there's me literally looking outside at like the sun. It's like 70 degrees, probably gonna get warmer today, and like it's the beginning of summer here, so it's just funny. But I spent 30 minutes and I wrote 3.5 pages, so we are at 475 words, which is honestly a really good start. We're already almost halfway through our words for today, which is amazing. So I'm trying to stay ahead because I have a really rough open outline for this story for Project Engaged, and that's kind of what I'm sticking to. But I also like to have like the next couple of scenes kind of planned out or thought a little bit about ahead of time, so that way when I get to them I'm not like, wait, where am I going? So I think I'm gonna sit here and do a little bit of like planning, thinking through a couple of things, and then probably gonna do another writing session, probably for another 30 minutes. I'm finding that having a timer set and like someone else that I'm writing with helps a lot. So I've literally just been Googling like writing sprints and then doing those on YouTube just as videos. I don't know, something about like seeing someone else writing at the same time, even if they're not actually writing right now, helps my brain a lot. Right now we're doing a date. So obviously like wedding planning is a big part, and then I've been like showing their lives, so we're connecting with the characters. So our main character, Kelsey and Max, I just kind of want to take them away from the wedding planning and public area, but there's literally been no one in here, so someone just cut through. So awkward. Anyways, I want to take them a little bit out of the wedding planning and just kind of show their relationship and like show some history. So he's recreating their first date, which I think is super cute. And I'm trying to do like a dual timeline of like their first date like for real happening, and then like also be like she's remembering it, and then also show like the present of them. So it's interesting. It's gonna need a lot more fine-tuning when I like edit it in the second draft. I'm trying not to get too caught up on that. But I've been really enjoying that. So that's what I was working on yesterday. I was stuck on a scene because they're in St. Louis. They were on the arch. I was stuck in that scene for a long time, but I finally like got through it yesterday, and then they're going to dinner. And I'm probably just gonna continue to work on the date today. It's like a bigger scene in the book just because it's like showing a lot. Just like their dynamic and like where they were and where they've gotten to, and I'm really, really happy with where it's going. But the problem is right now I'm kind of dwelling in the scene a little bit because I don't know what I'm gonna be writing about after. So that's why I want to sit down and just do a little bit of brainstorming and kind of think about like where I want them to be headed. So I'm gonna sit here and edit that for a little bit, and then we're gonna go from there. Alrighty guys, my grand total for today is 1,577 words. Yeah, I'm in the dinner scene finally, which I've been like super excited to get to. And I was just enjoying the dialogue, and so I just kept going, and I wrote 2 extra pages than I was technically supposed to. But I was enjoying it, and so I wanted to keep going. So that brings our grand total to 2,700 and something. So we are cruising right along. I am like so impressed, and I honestly have not been writing super consistently up to this point, so I'm a little like amazed at myself with how easily I've been able to pick this up. But I'm just gonna put writing aside for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3. I'm not gonna lie, I can barely see you, but I just finished my first writing sesh. I wrote 2 pages, which isn't bad. I didn't really know what I was doing, so there's just dialogue I'm kind of just letting play out, and yeah, it's going pretty well. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna be doing some writing sprints out here in the sun. I might sit in the shade because it's getting a little bit warm, but it honestly also feels so nice, so we'll see. We got a lot of seating options, so I'm gonna just keep going, and I will check in with you guys when I'm done. Okay guys, I just added up all the numbers, and for day 3 we got 1,327 words done, which is amazing. I showed you guys me being outside. I probably sat out there for about an hour and got 3-ish pages done. There was just like a lot going on, so I decided to go inside where I normally write, and that helped a lot. But it definitely felt more like pulling teeth today than it has thus far, which is a little bit annoying. But I was just doing a lot of dialogue, and I didn't know exactly where I wanted it to go, so I think that's kind of why. And I'm starting to get excited about like the next part. This date that they're on has just been kind of dragging out a lot, so that's okay. It is what it is. I did pull out my fountain pen, and that helped a lot, so I'm planning on writing with it again tomorrow, so I'll show you guys my fountain pen tomorrow. Our grand total so far between day 1, 2, and 3 is 4,000 483 words, which is literally insane. I don't even know the last time I wrote that many words, like in 3 days, so that's crazy. That means we're definitely gonna get to 5,000 words tomorrow, which is insane. But so good. So I'm really excited for where we're going tomorrow. We're at an interesting stopping point, but that's okay. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. We are on day 4 of NaNoWriMo April. Yeah, let's see. I have about an hour and then I have to leave, so I'm gonna write. And yeah, I'm probably just gonna do 2 25-minute sprints and just go from there. As it just did. I know I'm not done, like we're almost halfway, but I am meeting up with my sister-in-law today, so I'm going to pack up, pick up coffee, and head over to her house and hopefully get more writing done. I am a little bit nervous. We said we're gonna be productive, but that doesn't necessarily always mean that we are. I know that she has some things she needs to do, and obviously I have some writing that I need to do, so hopefully, it's my alarm telling me to leave. But hopefully we are able to, yeah, just get done today what we need to get done.